the cultures were created by God. He helped societies to have a way of living.
Hi, thank you for coming to our studios, ADL Studio.
Please, no more. No more than needs love. Umfazi liluba lethu emhlabeni sigwaba ngaye. Ligugu lethu sithemba kuye, yebo nguye sithembele kuye.
From Rusape, born and bred in. This is so stupid. Hey guys, I'm Noleen Mujati, the fashion designer and the founder of Lynn Michael. Welcome to my studio. I am a fashion designer and the founder of a fashion brand by the name Lynn Michael. I come from Gwabulawayo, Zimbabwe. I take pride in my culture, although I'm a bit mixed between Ndebele and Shona. As my dad actually comes from Rusape, yet I've been born and bred in Bulawayo. So I guess I'm mixed like that. I'm 27 years of age, and my school background, I came from Mzilikazi primary level and finished off from grade 5 to grade 7 at Baham Green Primary School. My secondary level, I studied at Montrose Girls High. I'm a fashion designer, a musician, and a freelance makeup artist. My fashion brand started off in 2018, and I was doing fashion designing as well as makeup artistry. Makeup artistry was a complimentary and still is a complimentary service that I provide for brides, for people that are going for photo shoots, for high-end events. And as for fashion designing, I'm a self-taught. Fashion design is a passion that I've always had since I was young, as far as I remember. My mom was a fashion designer and a tailor. Funny part is she stopped when she actually carried me. That is actually the year she stopped. That's like 27 years back. And my family always jokes about it and say, I guess I rubbed onto her gift and took the rest. I'm a self-taught fashion designer. I've always wanted to do fashion design, whereas my dad had an issue with it at first, in the beginning. You know, when you're a parent, sometimes it will take you a while to understand the hearts of our children and their vision. With times changing, he didn't understand. He probably thought, my child is going to be a tailor. And he would actually say, Mwana wangu haite tailor, you know. I'll try and explain to him and say, Dad, I'm not just becoming a tailor. I want to become a fashion designer. I want to create and beautiful things. I want to create things that I want to create clothing and jewelry that will speak to the world, that are going to have an impact to the world in a different way, you know. So eventually my dad got to understand the vision that I had after a long while, after a long time. But I'm very grateful for that at the end of the day, because it was a hustle, child. It was a hustle. I've always been artistic from a young age. I would always try to ask my parents to get me instruments, to get me something to play with. You know, when I was young, I had an interest in music, and I had an interest in fashion design. Whenever I picked a fabric, sometimes they would find me having cut out pieces from my clothes. I didn't like clothes from the shops. I would always revamp them for sure. My jeans. I think I started ripping off jeans before they actually came into fashion. And, you know, coming into the world and discovering that, oh, there's something that is called a ripped jean. Wow. So I've always had this. It's quite an amazing thing, you know.
Hello viewers, I'm Lily Blake. You're watching Me Production. You can follow them on YouTube and every social media handle.
When it comes to fashion, I like to dwell into lifestyle, to dwell into high-end clothing, to create things, to create clothing that is different, to create a statement, to create clothing that has life and light. You know, I want someone to walk into a room and be bold and be glamorous and be felt, you know. That's what I'm all about. What else can I do? Musically, I started singing at quite a tender age. You know, I'd always be imitating musicians on TV. I'd always be watching the legends, Oliver. So I grew up singing in church. I come from a church-rooted background. So since I was young, I've always been singing in the choir, church choir, and the praise and worship team. So growing up, I've had to learn that I can't be comfortable in the kind of music that I love only to myself, but to accommodate other people and to actually gel up with the world. I had to be introduced into other genres, you know. I had to loosen up and be part of other genres as I was joining some groups, you know. So currently the group that I actually sing with is an a cappella band by the name Effect. Quite amazing people, you know, and it's made up of 7 people, I being the only female. I guess I'm the lucky girl. I've also sang with a few people who actually do instrumentals, you know. So I've always been a God girl, and in high school I used to be in Scripture Union. I'm sure most of you, if you're coming from Zimbabwe, you know about it. I would always be part of the leads in singing, in preaching. I've always been a girl that is out, always been bold, and I thank God for because it has actually opened doors for me to meet people that have helped me shine my light out there and be heard and be seen. You know, I remember the first time when I was learning town as a teenager, getting into town through Scripture Union. this one time we were having a service with the schools, and I saw this guy who is now my friend by the name Jacob Song, and he was on keys. He was on keys, and I was just drawn to him, you know. And then somehow I had a chance to sing, and after the event, he came to me and said, "Wow, you sing really amazingly, you know. How about we link up, you know?" And that is actually how my journey began. And I began to learn to play keys, that is the piano, from him. I began to learn more about my vocal range. You know, I was comfortable because he was also into the same genre that I'm into, which is gospel, by the way. Although, like I mentioned, trying to become a musician in Zimbabwe, sometimes you want to experiment and explore and try to see what will work best, you know, because most gospel artists are somehow not really appreciated. So I tried to fit into the world. I tried to learn a new genre. I tried joining other crews that sing, but I've mostly been associated with a cappella groups. Currently, I am with a vocal band by the name Effect Vocal Band.
Thank you for watching MEP Productions live through the lens on YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe and share.
Quite amazing people, which is made up of 7, I being the only female. Honestly, the journey has been quite exciting, and I can't wait to see and to explore more about it. I've been trying to find myself throughout this journey, and in as much as I've gone here and there trying to fit in, at the end of the day, God brings you back to where you belong. So currently I am concentrating on Christian music, as I've discovered that, yes, of course, it's fun to entertain people. It's okay to go and sing at weddings. It's okay trying to find a little bit of the buck through music. But in all honesty, at the end of the day, it's not about money. It's about the passion. It's about making sure you grab the bull by the horns and getting it done, you know, and just being happy and true to yourself. So this year I made a decision that I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna be myself, and I'm going to do whatever it takes and come out, you know. It doesn't matter how many people are going to be listening to the music. At the end of the day, it is passion. There's this thing disturbing me. Let's talk fashion. So as you know, I began doing fashion design in 2018, and my first brand was actually 901 Artistry, and I recently rebranded to Noleen Mujati. High-end clothing has always been my passion, and actually getting to have a clientele has been a challenge, because first you need to learn about your niche, and it took me quite a while to get to understand how people would best understand the vision that I have and best appreciate the style that I'm trying to bring into the world. But eventually I managed to attract clientele in the events market. That is people that are having weddings, people that are having just random events, you know, like musicals, concerts, you name it. It's been quite an interesting journey, because where we started, I was just doing just about everything, you know, just about everything, until I got to understand that it's important to actually specialize. So of course I didn't stop doing other designs. You know how it is when you're from Zimbabwe, you're trying to get the back. So at the end of the day, you want to accommodate streetwear, you want to accommodate high-end clothing, you want to accommodate schools, you want to accommodate sportswear. So yeah. So like, you know, I'm in the arts industry and I've been involved like that. Going to concerts and other events, I've had a chance to meet other artists, you know, and my vision is actually to translate the artist through clothing and fashion. So I've tried approaching a few artists here and there, and I've worked with a few. The upcoming Ubegiwe. Currently I style and design for Lady Chawe. I think most of you know her as Lady Chawe, though her name is Noma Damasan. She's involved so much in the arts industry and she has made quite a great impact, and I'm one person who really appreciates her and admire her for the person that she is, you know. And I've learned quite a lot also from her, you know, through the years when I've been working with her. So my vision and hope is to be involved more with artists, not only from Bulawayo, but in Harare, in Manicaland, just all over Zimbabwe before we cross the borders, you know. To the entrepreneur, to the fashion designer, to the musician, we become what we learn, but your passion will actually attract you to your helper. So do not let anyone underestimate you. Do not dim your light. Shine. Be bold. Walk into your room and make a statement. Someday you'll be discovered. Someday you will make a change. Someday you'll be appreciated and actually accepted, and you'll become the person that you want to be. Trust in your Creator, because He says, I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you. Therefore, nothing can stop God's will from happening in your life. So stay true to yourself. Designer, you know, this is Noleen Mujati, designer, the fashion designer and founder of Lynn Michael. Welcome to my studio.
Action.
This is Life Through the Lenses. You're watching MEP Productions on YouTube. Please do subscribe, follow, press that. No, let me start again.
I'm confused.
Okay, this is Life Through the Lens. You're making noise.
Oh, sorry.
This is Life Through the Lenses. You're watching MEP Productions channel on YouTube. Please do subscribe, press that notification bell, like and follow. You know, Noleen Mujati signing out.
Salibonani, hello, alinjani, makadi. This is Nkosi Sibanda, NKOCY CBANDA. Udawudi una overloza umhlathi ngethilwa yithambo ubhonga bathithibani. Kodwa ke namhlanje angizange uzobhonga ngithithibani ngoba ngiliphathele indaba ezimnandi kakhulu. You are watching MEP Productions right here on YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow them on their social media platforms. Just like the video. One heart won't hurt. From me, I say toodaloos and goodbye.